guys, welcome to Sunday morning and another video. Today we're going to do something I've not done before on video, but it is a product I've used an awful lot of because it's not bad at all, and it is a budget product, something that you can pick up for £1. In fact, that's exactly what I paid for it in my local pharmacy. It's not one you see used a lot nowadays, but back in the day I used to hear it bandied around quite a lot, and from people I've spoken to on forums, it's something that they've seen bandied around years ago. What is it, I hear you ask? Well, Erasmic cream. Yeah, just a simple 75ml tube of shaving cream. It's not going to set the world on fire in terms of packaging or presentation. It's a nice shiny silver modern, taking into account some of the company history with the colouring. But yes, let me tell you a little bit about the product and what it says. It says, it's a superior quality shaving cream containing chamomile and glycerin to lubricate your skin, giving you a smoother, closer shave. Chamomile soothes your skin, and glycerin moisturises your skin. That's what it says. Let's see what happens. So today it's going to be a full-on 3-part shave in the usual manner that you've become accustomed to watching me do. The tools for today obviously are the cream. It will be lathered in my trusty shaving room bowl, and the razor of the day, Mercure 39C, and the blade that's in there is an Astra Superior stainless, and it's 11 days old now. This will be day 11, so a good test on how well this lather performs in terms of cushion, glide, protection against an older blade. And of course, in terms of brush, it's going to be a Cadman 26mm silver tip. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the tube and the bowl, and we're going to squeeze about an almond sized piece of cream. Okay, maybe my almonds are a little bit, shall we say, enlarged, genetically modified maybe, growth spurt, yeah. Either way, it's a generous portion of cream. Like I say, there it is again, in the bottom of the bowl, and that's probably at its widest point. It's about across a 10p piece, if you're familiar with a 10p. If not, about 1.25 inches maybe. Just going to shake the brush out. 26mm silver tip. This is one for me with my signature on the bottom. And the cream, and we're just going to take it into the cream and start whipping it up. Now, one thing I like to talk about with any soap or cream is the scent. And with this, it's, from when I first started using it, I thought, it smells familiar. And the more I use it, I try to figure out what it is. And to me, it's an aquatic sports scent, so anything you've seen branded in the shops, you know, like a sporty scent on the deodorant or a shower gel, it's got that kind of aquatic, clean, sporty scent going on, and so it's a fairly masculine type scent. It's not going to be one for sort of exciting the olfactory senses, but it's pleasant enough, cannot knock it. And so what you've seen from that amount of cream and a fairly wet brush, you see it's whipping up loads of lather. Now the brush is holding on to quite a bit, but it does whip it up very quickly, which, being a cream, I'm not entirely surprised about. And we've got absolutely stacked lather here. I mean, that brush is literally from root to tip of the fibres soaked in lather, as well as what's in the bowl. So, like I say, sporty scent, sporty aquatic scent it's very pleasant, and for £1, hey, it's very nice. Can't knock it. So, I do like to support the local small businesses where I can. This is a little independent pharmacy. Incidentally, they've got a pretty good price on some of their Wilkinson saw blades, which aren't bad. I think it's like £1.70 for 10. So I can't knock that. Can't knock it at all. £1 for this tube of cream, that creates wonderful thick dense lather. A few bubbles in there that I want to get rid of yet, but there we go. Bit of a circular whipping and away they disappear. And what we've got is a brush full of that nice scented leather. There we go, look, that's what we've got in there. Literally loaded in the brush. So I'm just going to take some of that out. And the way I do it is just literally just scrape the edges so that when I lather up in the next few seconds it's not going to go everywhere. So you may be wondering if I'm a little bit quiet while the wife is in bed nursing a tender head. Silly woman. Anyway, vodka will do that to you, as will Sambuca. For me, if I go out on the sauce, it's going to be good single malts, proper ale, not your lager rubbish. No. Anyway, I digress. Lather. As you can see, it lathers up nicely. And the sporty scent is retained quite strongly. I mean, it's not a massively strong scent. If you was to rate it in strength out of 10, it'd be like a 6.5, 7 maybe. But it retains it on the face, which is nice. Some scents I notice can disappear or dissipate quite quickly. There we go. Literally stacked still in the brush, loaded in the bowl. Crazy. So, already hot towel beforehand, as you may or may not know by now. 39C, Astra blade, here we go. Now, it's an 11-day-old blade, so it's not as sharp as it was in the beginning. Understandable. But it's still cutting through nicely, still doing its job. I wouldn't say it's got any more life left in it after today, but in terms of the cream, it's performing well, it's gliding nicely. Cushioning against the old blade nicely. There we go. It's good. So that scent is retained. And there's good glide. No drama. And let's face it, that's what you want. Just wipe off the old boat race with the old blue flannel. Okay, so after the first pass, it's good, no complaints. I mean, there's not a lot of residual moisture left, residual slickness left now, but it protected well, it was smooth. Look at that, it's wonderful. It has no right for a product that only costs £1 to perform as well as it does. Or would you say that other products are excessively priced? No. Other products are not excessively priced. this just offers exceptionally good value. I mean, granted, a tube won't last you that long. 75mm, you're probably going to get 25-30 shaves, maybe a bit more out of it. But when you equate that down to a per shave cost, it's peanuts. And if you say £1, you can buy 10 tubes for an average price of another similar price sort of product. Similar price product. Another similar product, you know, like a Taylor Roll Bond Street cream. It suddenly becomes exceptional value. So, across the grain as best we can. Even now, on what we past 32, blade's performing well. Cream is obviously doing its thing to help that. Happy days. No complaints here so far, so what I would be tempted to do with a tube of this, which is what I have done in the past, is use it for travelling. It's small, it's convenient. If it's going to get battered around in a carry bag or a suitcase or whatever, it's a tube. It's not going to get cracked. You're not going to, like a pot of Mitchell's Wolfat, the ceramics aren't going to smash because they're on, and it's a flexible little tube, great for travelling. So definitely worth considering for that. There we go, 2 passes done with zero drama. It's really good. For one Imperial credit of the realm, £1. £1. It's crazy. Anyway, third pass. This is where we will see how on an 11-day-old blade it really performs against the grain. So, still stacks of lather to go on. And you can see it goes on nice. It's not thin, watery, it doesn't dissipate. It stays right until the end. Where I've had some higher end artisanal products that just, in terms of the lather quality, can't really hold a candle to it. And look, 3 passes gone. The bowl is still stacked full, as is the brush. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I think we may sometimes get too absorbed in having the latest, greatest artisan product, and whilst they are extremely nice to have, sometimes it's nice just to have a little bit of grounding and pull out these budget products every so often just to sort of show us what can actually be achieved. Now, they may not have the best ingredients list in the world, in fact, we can guarantee they don't. Your natural or your artisanal products that use a much smaller, more natural ingredients list are arguably going to be better for you, for your skin, possibly for your conscience, for your environment. But in terms of performance, for £1, this can't be knocked at all. So, against the grain, a little bit of buffing going on here because the blade is past its best now. It'll be going in the old blade bank after this, but it's not uncomfortable. It's just not as sharp as it was. Once it gets to that point, you know it's done. So, let me see. The razor doesn't really get clogged. I mean, I'm just going to rinse it. No clogging. Happy days. So no real drama going on under here. It's smooth. And with no pressure, we're good. We're golden. And there we go. 3 passes complete with 0 drama. There we go. So, let's consider the cream. No irritation. Smooth, tiny bit of residual slickness left. What do we think? Well, let's start with the scent. Scent is pleasant. Erasmic doesn't make any kind of indication of the scent at all, in any way, shape or form. In fact, just checking, no mention at all. So it's an aquatic, sporty type scent. It's very pleasant indeed. It's quite strong when you sort of sniff the tube, like so. It's quite strong in the pot when you're lathering, and it remains on the face as well. Can't really smell it now, sort of potent, in fact, very subtle whiff of it there, but that's by the by. It's very pleasant. For £1, it's a very, very pleasantly scented cream. Performance, in terms of glide, bear in mind it's an 11-day-old blade, it's doing really well. As you can see, no nicks, weepers, cuts, drama of any kind. Cushion, again, blade felt cushioned against the skin, it felt protected. No complaints. Post shave isn't bad, could be better, we could talk Erasmic, but hey, it's £1. For £1, I really cannot complain. Presentation, the tube comes like so. It does come in a cardboard box as well, more black with the writing on, but it's a tube. It's not got wow me factors into the packaging, but it doesn't need it. If I'm paying extra for the wow factor of packaging, that's not money I want to be paying. I want to be paying for a good quality cream or soap, and for everything else that I use that's higher end, I do. For this simple little £1 tube of cream, it's 75ml. It's shockingly good value for money, really is. Like I say, more suited perhaps for the travelling shaver, because like I say, it's a fairly indestructible tube. Obviously if you apply too much pressure it could go bang, but it's £1. What more can I say? It lathers well in the pot. I dare say it would lather well for a face lather if you're prepared to put a little bit in your brush and away you go. Haven't tried it with a face lather, I might do tomorrow, you never know. But overall, it's £1. It's a bargain. Gentlemen, hunt some down. You might find it in your local discount pharmacy, you might find it in your local independent pharmacy, which is where I found mine, in Eaton Park in Stoke-on-Trent. Just so you know. I can't remember the name of it, but if I do, I will plug them in the comments below. Because I'm terrible at remembering names of things. Would I buy it again? You're too bloody right I would. It's £1 and it's good stuff. It's handy to travel with, it's handy to have around if you can't find anything else that you want to use on that day. It'll give you a good shave and no drama. And like I say, 11-day-old blade. It's great. So chaps, I'm waffling. It's mid-morning Sunday, I've only had about 2.5 hours kip last night, so I'm going to go and grab a coffee and process this video and pop it up for you guys to watch. So gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, if you found out anything interesting, give us a thumbs up, it'd be very much appreciated. If you really like it, I'd very much appreciate subscriptions, and a big thank you to the influx of subscribers over the last couple of days. I really appreciate subscriptions, and I have sent you all one back, as I would anyone else who subscribes to me since. So, this has been Erasmic Cream, £1. I've been me,